Hi, all my beautiful friends. So I haven't done a sit down video in quite some time like this, and I recently picked up a few drugstore and high-end makeup products, so I thought I would just haul them for you. It's not a lot, but it would still be fun. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Charlie. I love doing lifestyle videos and I love sharing parts of my life. So if that sounds interesting or could entertain you, I hope you stick around and subscribe. We have a lot of fun here. I do a lot of get ready with me's, a lot of plus size fashion and content, some vlogging, just easy fun things, nothing too crazy. So I'm thinking like I look a little washed out. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm hoping I can kind of fix it in editing. I don't know if it's the background, so I don't know if it's so bright out because of the snow, but I feel very washed out. So I was browsing. I needed some new makeup items. I was feeling very uninspired and I just wanted to grab a few things. I felt like I was using the same products every day and it was just getting kind of boring, and I hate when that happens. So I picked up a few items. So I'm going to do the drugstore items first. I was browsing the internet on Amazon and I wanted a new foundation. My favorite foundation of all time was the Marc Jacobs Remarkable. It was very, very expensive. However, it just was so gorgeous. You needed such a small amount because of the coverage. It was such a high coverage foundation and I loved it. I'm not really exactly sure why it was discontinued. I don't know if like the whole line was discontinued, like the whole Marc Jacobs makeup line, but it is unavailable. So I've just been on the hunt for something comparable or just something that I like. I mostly wear drugstore foundations. I feel like in the last 8 years, they've really gotten better. And this is coming from someone who, yes, I wore the Dream Matte Mousse in the early 2000s. I started to wear foundation right around probably 2003. I also loved, they had a CoverGirl compact that I remember stealing from my aunt, and it came with a little sponge at the bottom, and the top was like, it wasn't necessarily a liquid foundation, but it wasn't a powder. It was like almost a cream. If anyone remembers, I can pop up a picture if I can find it. Sorry, I'm just trying to see why my lighting is flickering. So I just love looking for new foundations, especially like on Amazon, just browsing. And I had come across this because, first of all, the packaging really intrigued me. I did a wear test on this, so I have tried it, and I'll link that for you. It was only like 2 videos ago. And this is what I'm wearing today. It is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage, lasts up to 24 hours, mattifying, water and sweat proof, which I thought was incredible, especially because being on TikTok has taught me so many different things about people and how people have hyperhidrosis, I believe, where it is a sweating condition. So it is incredible what they've come out with. And this has niacinamides. This is 010 light beige, and it's a glass bottle. So the first day I wore this, I didn't know for sure if I was gonna like it. I like to wear my foundations a tad darker. I just feel like I don't like looking gaunt, and I was afraid maybe I got the wrong color, but I've worn this now a few times since then. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. I did do like a darker eyeshadow today by accident. I'm going prom dress shopping with my daughter tonight, and I just wanted to look nice. So maybe that's what's throwing me off, is that I don't typically do like really dark eyeshadow, and I did silver and I just kind of lost my mind with it this morning, so maybe that's what's throwing me off. This is amazing. I really have become more and more, I'm starting to like it more and more. It is definitely full coverage, but it's like a high medium full coverage. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely can sheer it out, but it definitely has a lot of buildability, and I don't notice it really getting cakey. At first, like I said, I didn't know, but now I definitely love it. You really need to shake it really well, and I do like the dropper. I feel like it's very similar to the Marc Jacobs Remarkable, and it definitely keeps things like with sanitation. It's definitely better than like wands or anything that you directly put onto your face. I definitely give this, I think in the video I said it was like a 7 out of 10, but I definitely have bumped it up to probably an 8.5, one of my more favorite foundations so far. I've only worn it now a couple times, but so far I really enjoy it. So this I opened up and I did try, but I kept the packaging. This is the telescopic lift. I do think I've shown this a few times in past videos, but by accident, or it was the only one they had left, I had bought a dark, like black brown, and it definitely, you could tell a difference. So I wanted to repurchase this. I needed some mascaras. I like having multiple mascaras because I no longer wear false lashes. So I like to keep it stocked in my collection. I like to have enough to pick from throughout the week, or what I want to use. I like to mix and match. However, I would say this is definitely a standalone mascara. You definitely don't need anything to build this up. This is great on its own. The wand still trips me out a little bit. I still can't figure it out. It ends up working itself out in the end. Like, I end up really getting the volume and the thickness that I'm looking for. I kind of like swoop with it. I don't know. It's the weirdest mascara. I know there was a lot of negativity and BS around this mascara. It is what it is. But overall, this is probably a 9 out of 10. And I am someone who is very, very particular. Sorry, I had a hair on my lip. The amount of dog hair and cat hair in the winter is so bad because you have like no breeze through the house. It's just been driving me nuts, you guys. I'm very, very particular about mascara. So when I recommend a mascara, it's usually a decently, like really decent mascara. This one is probably a 9 out of 10. One of the top mascaras I've used. I have tried Highend, but I typically stick to Drugstore because they're just so damn good and affordable. And I think you should give this a try. I have noticed though, Drugstore prices have been going through the roof for makeup. I am not paying $15 for anything in Drugstore makeup. It's just not going to happen. I'll coupon, I'll try Walmart before I ever will pay some of these outrageous prices, because at that rate, you might as well add another $10 and go get the high end. But a lot of times I prefer stuff at the drugstore, and it's getting ridiculous. Oh, I remember what I wanted to tell you about the foundation situation. So I think I've said it in a few videos now, they discontinued the Maybelline 24-hour foundation. You guys, that was, I can't even fathom why, because it was probably one of the best foundations out there, high-end or drugstore. It gave you buildability, it was full coverage, it lasts so long, it never looked cakey, and I accidentally bought the 30-hour one thinking that I bought the 24-hour one, not realizing it, and that one is horrible, horrible. And I can wear a lot of makeup, obviously, but it was not good. It is not good. It is not my favorite. It's definitely a pass. So I was heartbroken to find out that I can't find it, and I'm not paying $25 to try to get a bottle off of Amazon. It's just not going to happen. So now I'm on the hunt for something that I love, and so far the Catrice is really good. Nothing will ever really replace. That's probably my favorite foundation. I did love the Marc Jacobs Remarkable, but I forgot that that truly is my favorite. And it's just so disappointing when these marketing companies do these things. Why do they take away things that are really, really amazing products is beyond me. I don't know. And then they replace it with garbage, essentially. So the next mascara that I picked up, this is an oldie but a goodie. It's probably one of my favorites. It's just a telescopic from L'Oreal. L'Oreal is probably my favorite makeup brand, period, overall, out of everything. I just think they get it right most of the time. And I typically do Maybelline or L'Oreal for mascara. I don't really care for anything from CoverGirl. I've never found a mascara from CoverGirl that I really raved about and loved. I've always just found them not to work for me. The last one I bought was the one in the gold bottle, thinking it was similar, but this one is just This is so good for lengthening. I love it. I think even if you have little tiny lashes and you're like suffering in that department, maybe you have damage from wearing falsies, maybe you just don't have naturally long lashes, I think that will work for you because the wand is so small. So then I went on to Sephora and just grabbed a few small things. I didn't get anything outrageous. Like I said, let's start with the foundation. I was on the hunt for a new foundation. I have been going back and forth, and I've never tried anything from Estee Lauder. I don't think I've tried anything. They used to have an Estee Lauder counter at a Peebles. I don't know if Peebles is everywhere, but it's sort of like a little bit of like, kind of like a Kohl's or like a JCPenney, but a little more luxury. And they had an Estee Lauder counter, and they had a Clinique counter, maybe something else, I can't remember. And I always went back and forth with this double wear foundation for probably 10 years. And I just never bit the bullet until now. I haven't used it yet. This is I got one N1 Ivory Nude. I did color match on Sephora with a couple different foundations that I used. So what you can do is find my shade, and you can put in shades that you've bought that are pretty much match your skin tone, and they will give you a couple options. And it kept going back to this one, the N1 Nude. It's a really beautiful bottle. I do not care for the open applicator. I wonder if I can buy a pump. If anyone uses this foundation, do you know if you can buy a pump for it, essentially? I'm hoping it's going to be good. People rant and rave about it. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's full coverage. So if you want me to do maybe like a wear test on this as well, definitely let me know. I feel like it's very important to see makeup on not just 20-year-old skin. I have texture, a little bit of wrinkling. So let me know if you want me to try this on. I was excited to pick that up. It is extremely pricey. So for the price point, I'm hoping it's good. It doesn't seem to have a scent. That was what I was concerned about, was it smelling floral. That is one thing about Huda Beauty that has scared me. I've always wanted to try some of their face products, but people talk about how heavily scented they are, and I'm so sensitive to certain smells, so I have just kind of not ever tried them. But I'm excited, really excited to give that a try. So the next purchase was a repurchase. This is LYS Beauty Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. It has hyaluronic acid, turmeric, and ashwagandha, I don't know, you guys. And it's also vegan and gluten-free. Really nice. It looks like it's also cruelty-free because it has the bunny. I got LN6, which I believe is light neutral 6. Last time I got light medium. It was a little dark, but it's so easy to work with. This foundation, I don't know what it is about it. It is so good. So it has squalene, which deeply nourishes the skin, watermelon extract, turmeric, ashwagandha, Indian ginseng, that's amazing, and hyaluronic acid. I do think I got a shade that has a little too much of a orangey undertone for myself, but I can still work with this. This concealer is gorgeous, especially if you have a little more of a mature skin. I think you're gonna love it because of its nourishing properties. It just does something really, really nice to the skin, and it looks beautiful under the eye. I know that you can suffer from like creping and it can just look terrible under your eye, but I think, like I said, because it is so nourishing and moisturizing, that it just does really, really well. It's beautiful. I love this concealer, and I repurchased it. That's how much I loved it. So this was an absolute 9 out of 10. I recently repurchased the Maybelline Fit Me concealer with a sponge top. I was a ride or die. I don't know if they changed the formula on it. I used to be a ride or die for that. That was the only concealer I used for years. And I had gotten away from it because I had purchased this, and then I had gotten a couple other concealers to try. And then I was like, let me go back to it and see if I love it. And I just don't love it like I used to. I really love the Maybelline Fit Me 24-hour concealer and the NYX waterproof in the tube concealer. Definitely leave me some concealer recommendations down below. And I had the Dior one in my cart. I wanted that Dior one that Jaclyn Hill recommends so badly, but I thought, you know what, how ridiculous, $42 for a concealer. I wouldn't wear it on the daily because it's just too expensive to wear every day, and I rarely go anywhere too crazy that it would be like for special occasions, and by then it could possibly have dried out. I thought it was such a waste, so this was half of that, so I went with this. But definitely let me know some of your favorite concealers, because the Maybelline Fit Me, not the, or is it Age Rewind? I'm sorry, not the Fit Me, Age Rewind with the sponge, just lost its luster for me. And I have 3 more products. I did get a palette, which, you know, is a big deal for me. I got the Laura Mercier. Why can't I say it? Laura Mercier Transluting. I got the Laura. Why does this keep happening to me? I did this last night. I kept saying peanut butter instead of pepperoni. Oh my goodness. Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. We're just going to keep going. I wanted to try it. I have the Fit Me powder from Maybelline. I've tried the e.l.f. HD powder recently. I've tried the one from KVD, which I really like. And my favorite of all time, which now I can't find because I don't know if it's been discontinued, is the Rimmel loose powder. I have stopped using lots and lots of powder on my face. It's just as I've gotten older, I don't need as much. I can do little touch-ups here and there throughout the day as needed. I notice if I use too much powder around my eyes water. It dries them out and they don't like it. Believe it or not, of all the things that I have tried, I've never tried the Laura Mercier loose powder. I haven't tried it. I've never tried it. I love the packaging. I think the packaging is so lush and so beautiful. I used to buy the whipped argan oil for your face, the butter for your face. 10 out of 10, one of the best face oils out there. It's just very, very expensive. I've heard you only need to use a little bit of this, so I'm very, very excited to try it. I have to hide this from my daughter because I feel like she would love it as well. It's just beautiful. The packaging's heavy. The packaging's gorgeous. I'm excited to see if this helps me use less powder. I always set the concealer on my eyelids. I use concealer as a base for any eyeshadows that I do. I just prefer it over like an eyeshadow primer because it does basically the same thing. And I feel like it's redundant to do both. And then I instantly set it because it creases on me terribly. I'm hoping I like this. I love loose setting powders. Whether it's a setting powder or a finishing powder, I just love them and prefer them loose. I think I got into using loose powders about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and I've just always loved them. I very rarely, on the rare occasion, use a pressed powder. I keep one in my collection just to have it in case I'm doing somebody else's makeup, like my sister's or my daughter, but I rarely use them. I love to set my face with a loose setting powder, so I'm really hoping this one's amazing. I'm so glad to finally try it. I have gone back and forth. I have no idea why I've never tried it, but I'm excited. I know it's an older one, but let me know if you've tried that and your thoughts on it. So then this has, okay, so I have been waiting. I put myself on the email list. I don't think it's coming back in stock anytime soon, but I've wanted the Moon Dust, the Urban Decay Moon Dust palette. You guys, I wear shimmer and glitter every day. If I'm not wearing glitter, I'm wearing shimmer. If I'm not wearing shimmer, I'm wearing glitter, or I'm wearing both. As you can see with this eye look, it's a little crazier than I thought. I didn't realize that I was doing like a full evening look today. Not really sure what I was thinking, but if you look at any past videos, you can see I always wear glitters and I always wear shimmers. I actually, for my husband and my anniversary, it's in March, we actually got tickets to go see Mrs. Doubtfire on Broadway, or a musical. I don't know exactly what you would call it. So I'm so, so, so excited. I don't know what made me tell you guys that, but I'll have an excuse to do a more glammed up eye. That being said, I want the Urban Decay Moondust palette. I don't think it's ever coming back in stock. I get it. So I picked up Space Cowboy. I probably didn't need this one. I feel like I have similar stuff in my collection, but when I saw it in person, I couldn't believe how gorgeous it really truly is. I haven't got to use it yet, but it's just so beautiful in the packaging. I gotta also hide this from my daughter. She's liable to take it. However, it looks very, very similar to a ColourPop. Oh, of course, I'm not gonna get it out to show. Oh, there we go. It looks very similar to a ColourPop eyeshadow in Ritz. First of all, the packaging is gorgeous. It's like an acrylic case. This is Space Cowboy. Look at that. I'm hoping that my lighting is picking it up. I'm so excited to do an all over look with this. I think this would look beautiful with a very natural look with maybe just a little bit of a wing, and then you just sweep this the whole way across the lid and even up in the crease. It's just beautiful. It looks a lot like Ritz from ColourPop, but I couldn't get my hands on the other palette, so this one will have to do. So there's 3 palettes that I really, really want. I really like the Scorpio palette from Jeffree Star, but the more I look at it, the more I realize I have a lot of the colors in different palettes. Then I really wanted the I think it's the Gothic palette from Huda Beauty. But then I thought to myself, how often am I going to wear blacks? Like blacks and grays and dark tones. And then this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metal palette. I kept seeing tons and tons of videos on Instagram Reels the other day. And it is gorgeous. It's a beautiful palette, but definitely not something I needed. The packaging is stunning. It really is beautiful. But you guys, it's like I didn't need it. I have this palette almost identical. I did swatch a few colors. So what you have here, it is beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't regret it, but it's not like I don't have a lot of these, but I needed something new in my collection. I feel like I just desperately needed something new, and I really want the other one that's like very ethereal looking. I can't remember the name of it. I'll pop it on the screen for you. I really would like that one as well, but like I said, I'm not over buying things. So you first, let's do it this way. First, you have this rose quartz color. It's gonna be more of a mauve tone, so it's not something, let me put it back this way, not something I use all the time, but like I said, I needed something new. This is the color Heavenly. This color has been all over my TikTok. It is magnificent. So I hope it's as beautiful as it's been online. This one, Royal, is like a royal purple, kind of like a mauve purple. It's pretty. Something that I don't wear a lot, but I'll try that one. And then you have Element, which is this gorgeous, like, coppery brown that I love. Then you have Ashes. As you can see, I swatched. It's like a cool tone taupe. Then you have this Haze, which looks like a gunmetal to me, which I really, really love. Then you have Rose Fire, which kind of is exactly what it is. It's just this beautiful, true copper. Then you have Dune, which is this beautiful burgundy, like, no, maybe not burgundy, maybe just like a chocolatey brown with some red undertones. Then you have this Sun Rose. So how I would describe this is just like a warm tone brown, and it has a slight shimmer, but not enough that you couldn't wear this in your crease. Then you have Noctune. I don't know what you would describe that as. Maybe a gray. Then you have Nova, which is this beautiful coppery, no, not copper, I'm sorry. Kind of like a gold. And then you have this beautiful brown, which is Noble. If you want me to swatch these, or maybe we can play with them, this color I'll have to swatch for you really quick. This is the color Heavenly. This is the one that I was just dying over. Oh, of course. Oh, there you go. It's like a wet metallic look. Let me swatch it a little bit better for you. It's just got this wet metallic look to it. Look at that. And that's not over a primer or over a concealer. So that was gorgeous. I actually want to do this Rose Fire and see what this one looks like. Now that I hold it, I can kind of play with it and touch it. This one's gorgeous as well. Look at that. Oh my God, that is gorgeous. And you know what? I want to check out this Haze, because this one that's like a gunmetal. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Oh, that would be so perfect over like a black shadow. All of these would be. So now that I've kind of swatched a few of the colors, I don't feel as disappointed. Hold on, let me do this Nocturne. Maybe it's Nocturne, like nocturnal. Hello. Look at that. Let's see what this, oh, I don't like cool tones, but oh my God, why would I do it there? Look at that. Oh my God, that is stunning. I'm not exactly sure what you would even, it's like a gorgeous, why do I feel like this one is more like gunmetal and this one has more copper to it? Needless to say, they're absolutely stunning. So let me wipe my hands and I'll be back to finish this video up with you. Okay, my beautiful friends, so that ends today's video. I just wanted to go through this small haul with you. If you would like me to use any of these products in any upcoming Get Ready With Me's, if you would love a wear test on the Estee Lauder foundation, I know there's so many out there, but not for me. So definitely let me know, and we can always set it with our new powders. So definitely let me know if you want to see any of these in action, and I will definitely be using this. This is the Rose Metals palette in some upcoming Get Ready With Me's. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you are having an amazing new year, and I will see all of my beautiful friends in the next video. Bye, guys.